everybody, I'm Louise Minchin and I'm delighted to welcome you to the announcement of the Women's Prize for Fiction 2023 longlist. It has been an incredible privilege to be able to read all of these books, to talk about it with my fellow judges, and it gives me enormous pleasure to be able to introduce you to an incredible list of books.
Cursed Bread by Sophie McIntosh is a brilliant, gleaming, dark novel about obsession set in a town where people start dying mysteriously.
The Dog of the North by Elizabeth Mackenzie is a quirky story about a woman travelling around the country in a van. I found it incredibly funny, very moving, and it's a hoot.
Glory by Violet Bulawayo is a hilarious, sharply absurd political satire skewering Zimbabwean politics.
Black Butterflies by Priscilla Morris is an amazing story of a woman who's a mother and a wife who's stuck in Sarajevo when the war starts. It's a question of whether she leaves and joins the rest of her family in England, or whether she stays at home and fights the war effectively.
Fire Rush by Jacqueline Crooks. I love this story. It's a love story. It's about music. It's about passion. It's about your roots. It's told from the point of view of a young British black woman growing up in 1970s London. It's got so many layers to it. I could not put it down, and I cannot wait for people to read it.
Homesick by Jennifer Croft is a brilliant read which explores the relationship between two sisters, one who's older and the other who's younger and sick. It's about how we interpret home and the ways in which we come to ourselves.
Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver is a retelling of David Copperfield but set in Virginia. It's a story about a young boy that nobody wants, and yet he has this indomitable spirit. He keeps bombing up like a cork.
I'm a Fan by Sheena Patel is a strange love story told from one person's perspective. It's about social media, it's about obsession, it's about where that can lead to. And that sounds dark, but sometimes it's really funny. I love the way it's totally immersive.
Memphis by Tara M. Stringfellow is an incredibly moving story about a family going through incredible problems but coming together nonetheless.
The Marriage Portrait by Maggie O'Farrell is a beautifully written story of a strong heroine, and it does touch on historical aspects, but the overall story is one of determination, fierceness, and I loved reading it.
Pod by Laline Paul follows the story of a dolphin and her pod navigating the wondrous and often treacherous waters of the sea.
Trespasses by Louise Kennedy is set during the Troubles, and it's a doomed love story told with absolute truth, conviction and beauty.
The Bandit Queens by Perini Schroff is an awesome book. It's a roller coaster. It's taken me to places I never expect I would be reading about. The superstar is Geeta, and she is the heart of this community where she inspires other women to murder their husbands.
Stoneblind by Natalie Haynes is a retelling of the story of Medusa, and it is very funny, it's very clever, and it breaks the fourth wall, which I loved.
Wandering Souls by Cecile Ping is a story of a woman who comes to this country from Vietnam, the dangerous boat journey that she has to go through, a story of immigration and how she eventually makes Britain her home.
Children of Paradise by Camilla Gradova is an immersive, hallucinatory read set in a crumbling old cinema where the real and the imagined collide in fantastical fashion.
So there you have it, the Women's Prize for Fiction 2023 longlist. Go out there, enjoy those books, buy them, borrow them, talk about them, discuss them, but most of all, open the pages.